Doomer arcing into a cosmic horror dimension after finding out your wife cheated on you? Makes sense. They got the best bleed out spots. Welcome back, horror fans. I'm Leo, and Bootube Breakdowns is here to save your scary movie night. Right off the bat, Annihilation scores a 5.2 out of 10, landing it solidly in our Ghoul Drool category. But here's the thing. I've already had to survive an attack from a bear-like eldritch horror just to get you the score, and in a few minutes I'll show you exactly why this film earned its rating. If you disagree with my score at the end of the video, be sure to let me know how much you want to relive your emo high school years. Then be sure to like, share, and subscribe about it in the comment section. Our story begins when a meteor strikes a lighthouse, leaving behind a shimmering ball of light, aptly named the Shimmer. This shimmer slowly expands, consuming everything in sight. Multiple teams of soldiers have been sent in to investigate the mysterious event, but none have come back. Our story follows a team of scientists that go deeper and deeper into the source of the shimmer and uncover its mysteries. Okay, here's the obligatory, the book was better. Good, we got that out the way. Now let's analyze this movie as a standalone project. It's definitely an intriguing story that tries to do too much with an already complex set of ideas that is ultimately weakened by all the good things that it had going for it. The Shimmer remained an intriguing mystery throughout the whole story. Digging deeper into how this light manipulates everything from minds to genes adds an extra degree of mystery that keeps you engaged throughout. Seeing the slow descent into madness from our characters plays into the whole maybe people are the bad guys all along trope, but honestly it was so well done that you don't even mind it. The story does stumble a bit though. You have the whole affair that Lena was having while her husband was away, which felt so forced to try to add complexity to Lena that it honestly distracted from the whole experience. Then it doubled down and showed the same PG-rated sex scene twice. The crew had one-liner backstories that made them completely forgettable, and at one point, one of the girls in the crew was killed, and I realized she was so forgettable that I actually missed when she went missing. The story does follow relative logical consistency and asks more questions than it answers, which is kind of the point. Ultimately, even though it has a few missteps, I'll be giving the story quality here a 7 out of 10. The pacing here is probably the weakest aspect of the whole movie. Seriously, it's all over the place. Lena's professional background in academia is barely brushed upon, and her previous background in the military is only mentioned and never explained. FYI kids, just because someone was in the military doesn't automatically mean that they were infantry. Her affair was shown completely out of left field, and we would hop back and forth between cosmic horror scenes inside the Shimmer and memories of Lena and Kane hanging around the house like a couple, which broke the tension of the horror and then gave me whiplash whenever I tried to get invested in their relationship before being transported back into the Shimmer. The scientists are picked off whenever they become inconvenient to the plot, and honestly, the whole movie could have been done with Natalie Portman going solo. It's messy, slow, and missteps more often than not. I'm giving the pacing here a 4 out of 10. Perhaps the saddest thing about this movie is how they drop the ball on the fear factor. Now look, cosmic horror is difficult to adapt into cinema. I get it. I'm not saying that it has to only be tentacles and gore like in my review of The Void link in the description. But what I'm saying is that cosmic horror has to be given room to either fester or outright overwhelm. Mostly it's the pacing that ruins it for me, because otherwise this would have been a really scary cosmic horror movie. The Shimmer itself creates an aura of unease, as we understand that the longer we stay in it and the deeper we go into it, the more horrifying that things become. Yes, there's the alligator with the weird teeth and the bear with the skull, but for me, the scariest thing was actually the genetic modification of the shimmer. There's this scene where plants have adapted to the general body plan of humans. To me, that was the scariest thing because at that moment, the shimmer goes from being a background force of pure chaos to a sentient being. And the chaos is just how we interpret what is essentially curiosity from an immature god. If not for the pacing interrupting the tension and letting it fester, I probably would have rated the fear factor a little bit higher than a 3 out of 10. Now, fun is perhaps the wrong term here, but there's really no other better place than the fun section to comment on how beautiful this movie was. The colors and shapes were absolutely stunning, especially with the flowers, the shimmer itself, even the glass trees towards the end. The scene where one of the soldiers' stomach is cut open and we see his intestines basically swimming around in there was one of the best special effects I've seen for a movie like this. The creature design for the gator and bear were okay. Probably would have looked better if it was practical effects instead of CGI, but it didn't look bad. I'd say the thing I enjoyed the most about this movie is the intelligence of the shimmer and how it manipulates everything around itself. It's chaotic and dangerous, but only from the human perspective. In context, all the shimmer is really doing is experimenting with the environment and learning as much as possible from it. All in all, this is why I give the fun factor a 7 out of 10. So, Lena walks all the way to the source of the shimmer, the lighthouse. Pause. Those crystal trees are stunning. Anyways, Dr. Ventress is found inside the meteor crater with the entity that causes the shimmer. Literally ignore her. She touches the creature and gets trans-dimensioned. Anyways, the entity becomes a different interpretation of Pennywise, creates a discount Silver Surfer of Lena, drops a banger meme noise, makes a perfect copy of Lena, then Lena says, hey, hold this grenade real quick, and saves the day. It then ties into the background subplot of the film where she is being interviewed and debriefed on the aftermath of the events, where she does not recall anything. She meets back up in the hospital with Duke Leto Atreides. They both have bullshit alien eyes, and cut to black. All kidding aside, I'm totally okay with an ambiguous ending. I'm just tired of the whole humans are the real baddies trope, where Lena says some dumb shit along the lines of, oh no, it wasn't evil, I shot first, blah blah blah. Bitch, the Shimmer literally turned one of your crew into a Christmas decoration for funsies. In my opinion, where the movie really drops the ball for the ending is where it focused on the form of the entity of the lighthouse way too much. The thing in the lighthouse is just another manifestation of the true cosmic entity. The shimmer itself is what changes DNA, warps minds, bends time, and creates horrifying nightmare fuel. The way it is portrayed towards the end would be like saying, hey, remember those weird flower things in the beginning? Yeah, that's the baddie all along. And the whole alien eye thing is, I guess, supposed to be like, oh hey, they never killed the entity, it's still within the people, hint hint, wink wink. The problem is that halfway through the movie, Lena is like, oh, I took a blood sample from my arm and saw it under a microscope. I am 100% mutating and merging with the craziness of the shimmer. Yep, 100%. All I saw was a cell split, one got dark because dark means bad, and both cells got random tentacles. That means 100%, no doubt, I am fusing with whatever is in here. And I know this because I'm a biologist, and I will completely ignore that cells don't have tentacles, and no DNA sequencing is required. I'm a biologist with a microscope, and I am merging with the shimmer, 100%. Oh damn, I wonder what the alien eyes mean. In general, it's not the worst ending in the world, but it's not really all that good either. For a cosmic horror movie, the ending is a middle of the road 5 out of 10. So that's Bootube Breakdowns' take on Annihilation. Averaging our scores gives this movie a 5.2 out of 10, which places it in our Ghoul Drool category. Do you agree with my rating? Scream your score in the comments and tell me what horror flick I should get next. If this saved your spooky vibes, smash that like, share with your horror crew, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to Bootube Breakdowns for more killer rigs. Keep it creepy, and I'll haunt you in the next review.